Hello and welcome, everybody. Today we are on week 5 of the MLE. We've got a great matchup for you guys to start. We're going to be starting with the Eclipse and the Express. I am the real Mobags, and I'm joined today by the Big Mac Dan.
Hello, it is me, and I'm back due to popular demand, I believe. A lot of people seem to enjoy me casting impromptu, and now you get me full time. Hope you're happy.
I bet everybody in chat is very happy to see you, Big Mac Dan. I think that today we've got sort of the battle of the hair casters. I don't know if that's a term that can be used to describe it, but for those of you that might be active in four mans, we do have quite the uh, rivalry for our hair. And I would have asked to compare them today, but you decided to
Yeah,
hide yourself today.
it's not my fault that I don't have a camera yet. Know that in time there will be a camera, and you will have a face to match the voice. But we're not here for us today. We're here for this matchup, and we're here for some incredible gameplay as the Eclipse and the Express take each other on in Foundation League.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see it. I didn't start in the MLE as foundation, but I've had a lot of time playing with these guys, and I gotta say, I am very impressed with what I see a lot of the times when I'm playing with these guys. They do a lot better than I ever did when I was in plat or low diamond or anything like that, and even now they're still doing things that I can't do or can't consistently do at least. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what these two teams can show us today.
And it's a very important matchup as well for the season in general. Both teams mid-table, rocking a 10-10 in the case of the Eclipse, an 11-9 record in the case of the Express. Both a place separating them. Both teams going 2-2 in win losses and needing this win to propel them further into those playoff spots and secure a place this season. I feel this is one of the most important matches in Foundation League all week. It is a battle of two teams who have a close chance of making it to playoffs, and they need to pick up those crucial games here today to secure that. What do you think?
Well, I think if there's one thing that the MLE likes to do, it's to promote storylines, and so it makes sense that they're going to have this seemingly very important matchup. We're nearing the time when the players that are looking to make playoff pushes are doing that, and the teams that are right on the bubble of being able to get in, being able to get out, are starting to really kind of self-evaluate and seeing which teams or which games down the line they actually need to take to advance. And
Mm.
a lot of the 4D chess, I believe, gets gets started playing right around this time of year. So I definitely look for both of these teams to come out very hot right out of the gate.
Absolutely, and you've got to think in the case of the Eclipse, off the back of their win earlier last week, at the end of the last week, a 3-2 win in Game 5, you got to think they've got to be carrying that momentum forward this week. In the case of the Express, it's less so momentum and more trying to stop plug up the hole in their defense. They've lost their last two games in Game 5. A little curse that seems to be developing amongst them after their victory against I don't remember who it was against in week two. But all I know is that this week it is a chance for the Express to bounce back. It is a chance for the Eclipse to keep that momentum going. They both need this win. And if I may do a little bit of a prediction beforehand, I'm going to put money on the Eclipse. I'm going to say they keep the momentum going and they pick up a second straight win this season and push above the Express in the league.
Well, I don't know if I'm quite ready to insert my prediction just yet. I always like seeing game one just to see exactly the type of caliber of player that I'm dealing with. there are a few players in this lobby that I recognize, so I'm definitely going to be looking forward to um, seeing exactly what these guys bring to the table. I don't know if I've ever seen them play together, but I've definitely seen all of them play separately, and they have distinct pop off potential. But I think that you guys might be done hearing us speculate, and you may want to start seeing some gameplay. So I think we should get right into it. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea, and we are going to kick things off with a diagonal kickoff with M Bizzle and Ken Benedy going for this. Oh, his name's going to be a nightmare. Uh, Ken Benedy.
No, no worries. Ken Benedine takes this kickoff and it goes right into the back wall right away. M Bizzle's going to need to make a play on this. He does make the save and clears it all the way down to the made it to the corner there, but Ken Benedy. Wow, that is hard.
It is
Is
a
going to clear
nightmare
this
name
one
for
out to
casting.
midfield. M Bizzle with a slight misstep and a weak challenge there gets beat by Ken. I think that's what we'll call him for short. And Bizzle's going to need to make a save. He does, clears it out, but not past I don't know. Who's going to put that one right back in? Mr. I don't know. Slow playing this ball. Gets it past Eclipse. Ken Benedy looking for the center. Unable to get past M. Bizzle, who's got a wide open net right now, but two players quickly trying to get in his way there. M. Bizzle not able to find the centering pass. Ken's going to clear this one out and into the corner. Looking for a centering pass here. Not quite able to make the touch as Spirit clears that one away. And Bizzle not able to get there to make that touch completely out. Mr. I don't know puts that one into the top corner to open the scoring today. The Express start us off 1-0.
And I feel like this is it was just sort of waiting to happen. The Express constantly on offense for that whole of that first minute. Very rarely got pushed back into their own half, and you got to think at some point that defense is not going to be able to hold. As if they keep mounting that type of offense, that constant rotate one in, rotate one out offense, the Eclipse aren't going to be able to hold.
Yeah, and I enjoy a slow play from time to time myself, but there are times when you need to get that ball cleared out and reset, and they were unable to do that this time as Spirit knocks this one in the corner and out. He's going to look to have a shot on net, but doesn't find it. And Bizzle, though, can't quite find the touch on target. That one's going to be cleared off the corner wall, and Spirit, rather, is all the way back, so makes that challenge at the midfield instead of right on the ball. Mr. I don't know clears the ball dangerously toward the net. Spirit able to clear that one away. Kennedy, the centering pass, and Bizzle with a huge clear. That's going to go all the way back. Mr. I don't know. Interesting touch off the wall. And Bizzle fakes a challenge and gets it sent all the way to his back wall there. Nobody in the net for the Eclipse, and that's going to go right in for Mr. I don't know.
A little bit of a double commit there on the defense. Spirit turns for the ball, doesn't see his teammate come flying in for a challenge, and the pass across, the trust there between Ken and I don't know. You can tell these two have been playing together all season and have that chemistry going now. And the Express, as I didn't predict, are taking an early lead in game one.
See, this is why I didn't want to make a prediction. I like to see what these players are going to do. And so far what we're seeing is a lot of slow play from the Eclipse. So I definitely look for them to speed up their gameplay a little bit and definitely watch out for the double commits that we've been seeing in their defensive corners.
Good touch there from Bizzle. Going to try and dribble it past I don't know, but Mr. I don't know with a good double beat. And now the Express back on offense. Centers the ball up high. Ken's going to go up for it with limited boost and he can't get it on target. Spirit now going to try and carry the ball past one. Does so. Now, with 100 boost in the tank, he's going to try and run it around the corner wall towards the center. But Ken, always there, always watching in defense. And another beat on Bizzle, and now sets up a counter attack for the Express. Spirit forced to make the save on his own goal line. Ken now with a good beat on Spirit, but he's not going to be able to beat Bizzle, who centers the ball with an awkward one from the corner. Mr. I don't know with a miss, and Spirit almost there to make the read. Ken dives in for a challenge, doesn't meet it, but Mr. I Don't Know is going to be able to get the clear, and the Eclipse are going to be forced to reset this attacking display. Spirit tries to run at the ball. Ken with a great read. Back towards the center, but it's only as far as Mbizzle. Sends it right down the field to Mr. I Don't Know, who tips it high. And Spirit with a great aerial, able to put it into the Express's half, and maybe into an opportunity here. Taps it up the backboard, but Mr. I Don't Know is going to be able to clean it up. And it looks like the Express are just about going to hold here on defense against the Eclipse's offense.
Yeah, the Eclipse are definitely mounting a lot of chances right now. They're just not finding those last touches they need to either get the ball centered or get the ball on target. And you definitely hate to see it, but I like the way they're looking right now, getting these chances. The Spirit centers this one to Mbizzle, but Mr. I Don't Know with a huge clear thwarts that attack as he starts a counterattack of his own. That's going to be centered to Ken Benny. Shot off the post as he goes to retrieve it. Went all the way back. He collects boost and lets Spirit get a touch on this ball. Mbizzle's going to be there to play spoiler to that clear. Mr. I Don't Know misses his clear. Ken Benny going to find a hole right through the middle of the field as Mbizzle greets him with a bump.
Quick Balls Guarana drinking game for all of the people in chat. Every time we mispronounce Ken Bennedy's name, please take a drink of your Balls Guarana. And a shot from Mbizzle with a just bounced off the crossbar. Spirit can't put it in, and that will seal game one for the Express. Spirit's not going to be able to keep it up, and the Express will take it. A 2-0 win, a dominant win in some people's eyes, with the matching decals and everything. Those two are really in sync this season.
One thing that I always try to do with my teammates is definitely color coordinate, decal coordinate, all those fun things, because I feel like it gets in the heads of your opponents if you're just on point with every facet of your game and you have the style to match. So definitely style points to the Express on their win here.
100%. And again, the dominance in possession throughout this game. Only in the last minute and a half did the Eclipse really break out of their own half and push forward on the offense. If you look at the stats, the Eclipse 5 saves to the Express's 1. The Express's 7 shots to the Eclipse's 4. It was a dominant display. They held the midfield. They held the ball into the Eclipse's defense, and now coming into game 2, I'm looking to see a rebound here from the Eclipse. I'm looking to see them push out early and not get trapped in their own half as much as they have been, to see if they can pull a game back.
Yeah, absolutely. So the beginning of that game, we definitely saw the Express. They were quick right out of the gate, which is exactly what you want to see, especially in a stream match when the stream jitters, if you want to call it that, start to get to you. So they came out super fast out of the gate. But what we saw was the Eclipse, as we get into the second game here, they were really starting to mount, I believe, a lot of good counterattacks at the latter part of that game, and really kind of looked very competitive in that game. As
We're just gonna get into this.
we are getting right into it. We had a bit of a photo finish getting started, but everybody made it in time. So we will play on as Ken Benedy gets met by Spirit, who challenges us right away. This is going to be centered, but not quite able, as Mr. I Don't Know clears this one out. He's going to get a shot on target. Not quite in, though, as Spirit collects this one in the corner and tries to get past Ken Benedy. Spirit misses his touch there. Mr. I Don't Know misses right after. Ken gets that shot, and Mbizzle's going to clear it out. No one on this ball at the moment as Mbizzle takes a shot. Mr. I Don't Know in for the demo, but he gets demoed himself as Mbizzle lofts this one just above the crossbar. Mr. I Don't Know attempted pass, I believe. That looked a little awkward on my screen.
A little bit. It looked like a little bit of a misplay. Spirit with the shot. Gets the ball, but I Don't Know. Can't put it across the line, and the ball is eventually cleared. If I may make a little critique here, Mr. I Don't Know has been absolutely outstanding on defense for the Express so far. Both games, he's just been that rock to keep the Eclipse out whenever they've beaten the first man. And he's just looked so composed, so calm, and so in control of this game that I don't know how the Eclipse are going to put one past him.
Yeah, he is definitely the solid rock on his team that the Express need right now. He is. I haven't seen him miss any important touches. Let's say, as he puts one right off the crossbar, and it ends up being a pass to Ken Benedy, who slots that one in easily. No one there from the Eclipse able to get in front of this ball.
You got to
And
feel for Spirit there. He didn't know where the ball was going. He expected it to go higher, goes over the crossbar, and you got to feel for Bizzle, thinking he could dive in front of the net, make the save, and all he did was direct it directly in front of Ken Benedy's car.
Well, it's just like we were saying. Not Ken Benedy, but Mr. I don't know. He's the just I was just about to compliment. I was just about to compliment him, but then he goes and does this, whiffs on Bizzle shot there. I don't know what happened, but that one's gonna go in for Bizzle, and we have a tie game.
It looked like there was a little bit of like, I don't know if you want to call it just a miscalculation on Mr. I don't know's end, but he expected the ball to be more directly in front of him, but all he ended up doing was just going past him and Bizzle with a shot. And Mr. I don't know's going to clear it down the field. And I think into the back of the net. Spirit not able to read it. And just like that, the Express take the lead right back.
Back to my compliment of Mr. I don't know getting touches.
Absolutely
he has been, up until that last misplay by him, he has been the most solid player on the field, and he's been getting all of the touches he needs. All these other players, I think they need to slow down isn't the right word, but they definitely need to be more precise in their touches and definitely maybe not overextend themselves in their abilities. As Mr. I don't know puts this one off the back wall, it's going to be a good pass to Ken Benedy. Not able to get that shot on target. Another pass over, but Bizzle clears that one out to the corner. Ken Benedy attempts to collect it. He's going to send it to the opposite corner and out. Spirit looks to challenge Ken Benedy. Loses the challenge, but Bizzle's right there to collect this ball for him. Mr. I don't know has to turn back for this one. He puts it into his own corner safely. As Ken Benedy turns on this ball, Spirit gets a centering over to Bizzle. Not able to put it on target as Mr. I don't know challenges. This one's going to go over to Mr. I don't know, who clears it out all the way down. No player I see in the net. Bizzle comes late. No shot comes, so no danger.
That was a great recovery there from Spirit. Bumped into the Express's net by Ken Benedy. Able to recover, get in front of that shot. And now, Bizzle with a shot. Mr. I don't know, I think got caught going for boost, and the pace was just a little bit too much. He couldn't get back in time. And just like that, the Eclipse, after we've sung all the praises of Mr. I don't know's defense, it's two lapses that have given the Eclipse a lifeline into this game too.
I feel like if I stop singing his praises, it makes the caster curse real. So I will continue to do so as long as he gives me reason to do it. As Ken Benedy has this one high in the net, Bizzle gonna meet him. Challenges, his Spirit catches this off to the side wall. Mr. I don't know inserts a challenge there. Still all over his back as Ken Benedy is gonna clear this one out.
There's another one. There's one.
Take a drink, boys.
Don't forget to stay hydrated in this this time where hydration is all the more important.
It's always important, but especially now. Ken Benedy turns this ball. It's going to be off the ceiling. Is Bizzle going to make the touch? He does. Out to the corner here. He's got the ball in his corner. He fakes out Mr. I don't know. Passes it off to Spirit, who misses. Bizzle needs to get on this ball and re-challenge, but it's going to get cleared over top of him. Mr. I don't know has a good look. Not quite able to get the touch that he needs to put that on target as Ken Benedy comes flying in. Bizzle's going to clear this one out to midfield. Ken Benedy there to stop him. Spirit needs to make a touch, and he does. Bizzle leaves pressure with that demo.
And now Spirit dribbling past one, goes for the bump play. No one was there in net, and Bizzle with an open net. He can't put it on target, just off the crossbar. 15 seconds remain. Mr. I don't know now.
Yeah, and the accuracy woes of the Eclipse continue to haunt them as this ball is floating dangerously above the net. Bizzle with a good clear out to the corner. Mr. I don't know, that's a shot on target. Is that in? Oh, miraculous save. Miraculous save. That was excellent as we hit overtime for game 2.
And all of those stat pointers that I pointed out, the more shots, the more saves from the Eclipse, the more shots from the Express, reversed in this game. The Express making the most saves, the Eclipse with the most shots, and now, however, it feels like a repeat of game 1. The defensive grip that, that the Eclipse have been put under, again applied by the Express, and Embizzle's going to have to be the only one to be able to break them out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. He has had a ton of centering balls, and Spirit just unable to connect with seemingly all of them, as one of them was just a misplay that went in, and the other one, I don't quite remember, but I believe it was Mbizzle that scored it, as Mbizzle scores the overtime winner in this game, and we are tied in the series.
A couple of nice shots in chat there. It was a very tight angle, very difficult to get that shot in, but Mbizzle, always the optimist in a game like this. You can see that he has that composure, has that ability to, even when you're down, he comes back and he gets that goal. And the Eclipse are right back in this series as we end this game. Eclipse Express 1-1.
Yeah, and again, I will tell you, this is why I didn't make a prediction. This is turning out to be a very interesting series, as both teams, as I get some connectivity issues, both teams switching roles in the 2 games that we've seen so far. Like you said, one taking all the shots in the first one, the other one taking all the shots in the second one. So this is going to be a very important game 3 to see who can set the tone for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and honestly, all of those predictions that I had about the Express after that, a pretty dominant game 1, all just gone out the window. I don't really know who to root for anymore in this game. It feels so topsy-turvy that any team could take it in any amount of games, as I unlock about 50 achievements on Xbox for no reason. That's fun.
Anything to keep you playing, I guess.
Anything to keep you playing. As I say that, though, we're going to be trying to get back into a game. We had some connectivity issues for the both teams. I feel like had a bit of an issue towards the end of that game, and now, hopefully, we're gonna get a decent game 3 out of both of them. What you said? Wait until after game 1. I'm waiting until after game 2. Who's your prediction now? Who are you going for, Eclipse or Express?
Well, I think that the Express have been the ones who have been able to. It seemed like they were making the more intentional touches. We were definitely seeing a lot of good centering passes from the Eclipse, but they weren't able to connect when it counted. And if it weren't for the 2 mishaps from Mr. I Don't Know, who knows? That game probably would have turned out a little bit differently for him. So I'm going to look for my still current rock of the match, Mr. I Don't Know, to clean up his game a little bit and take the Express to a victory in this game. And I predict that they will take the series.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I said Eclipse at the start of this game would continue their momentum. I'm going to say it again. They proved me wrong in game 2, and now I feel like they're going to continue that momentum. I'm going to take game 3, 4, and maybe even 5, and take this one in a comfortable manner. They have that momentum on their side now. If you're in chat, please let us know who you're supporting by typing in either EXP for Express or ECL for Eclipse. Please. Honestly, as we wait for this game to as the players to rejoin us, I want to see who the audience are with. Don't you?
Yeah, I'm interested to see their take on it. Definitely, it looks like we're getting some quick expresses in the chat.
It's a split.
The Eclipse are starting to take it. See, they're split decision just like us. Also, Mbizzle, thank you for the 15 months. Don't worry, I have the replays for you if you need them.
Thank you for that one, Mbizzle. Ever the Joker. I've been around him a fair few times. He's a class person to be around. And one of the best players. It's Goyo in chat. Express has better memes. No one will deny that. But do they have the better gameplay? We're going to be finding out very shortly. As I think everyone is back in the match.
I believe we have everybody in. We're gonna give them the okay to join,
Uh,
and
I'm
we will
looking
get
forward to
underway.
this. This is going to be a very interesting game 3. I want to see how the Express bounce back from an overtime loss here.
As this gets underway, a clear kickoff win there for the Express. That one's gonna go all the way to the back wall. Mr. I don't know, not quite able to get the touch center. His Spirit hits this one right over him, nearly on target. And it is. Spirit opens up the scoring 10 seconds into this game. And we're getting some savages and nice shots in the chat. And I agree.
It was an absolutely boomer shot. Putting it bottom corner. There is, even if you're in the back line, it's going to be very hard to be able to save that. And I feel for the Express. You start this game looking to end the woes of game 2, and you start off as poorly as this. Spirit with a second from his second shot. I feel bad for Ken. There's not much he could do there.
Yeah, Ken needed to get that out in front of his net. He was unable to do that. And Spirit, probably listening in the intermission, is stepped up his game, and he has made some 2 very, very important shots so far in this game. And I look for him to continue doing that as he has to retreat the defense here as Mr. I don't know takes this one to the corner. It's going to be off the back wall. Not quite able to get that one in a position where Ken Benedy could put that on target. But he's going to go right back to it. Trying again. This one's dangerously above the top. Ken Benedy can't find the shot. Spirit's going to clear this one up the side wall and continue with his attack. He's got plenty of boosts. He is slow playing Mr. I don't know, but Mr. I don't know is not going to sit there and wait for him to do what he wants. Clearing this one all the way down. Ken Benedy nearly finding that shot on target, but it goes all the way back down as Mr. I don't know starts another attack. He's got no one in front of him. He's going to send this one high into the wall. Now back out to his teammate. Teammate not quite able. M. Bizzle with a beautiful catch. Let's see if he can finish it. He's going to need help from his teammate. Does he find it? No. M. Bizzle, one more chance. Sends this one to the middle, but Mr. I don't know clears it out. That was,
it was
narrowly, narrowly a 3-0 lead for the Eclipse there.
And you got to think that is the biggest sigh of relief that is being exhaled from Ken and from Mr. I don't know there. Both of them. They knew that if that third goal goes in, it's almost the unassailable margin in Rocket League. The comfort zone has been extended, and now the Eclipse with a counter-attack. Spirit's going to make it a hat trick.
Spirit popping off. 3 goals for my man Spirit as he looks to improve from his first 2 games. Go ahead, Dan.
Going back to an earlier play at the beginning of the kickoff, Spirit slow playing the ball. He knows that they've got those 2 goals in the cushion. He doesn't have to play aggressive. He doesn't have to hunt for a goal. As I say that, Ken Benedy, absolute banger down the field, and there's nothing Mbizzle could have done to keep that out.
Well, there is some truth to what you were saying. When you have the lead, you want to keep your aggression up because you know that that other team is doing the same, and you do not want to get caught on your back foot. You want to keep your pressure up. But we see the Eclipse falling back a little bit, maybe letting the Express get a glimmer of hope in their eyes as Spirit gets a big bump on the enemy team there. Mr. I don't know with the centering pass to Ken Benedy, and he puts that one into the side bottom corner of that goal, and we have a 1-goal game with just under 3 minutes left. This is getting good, just like we wanted.
This is possibly going to be the highest scoring game I will have ever casted, and there's not many games that I've casted, so it's not going to be that hard. But note the fact that the Eclipse, up until this kickoff, had been winning every kickoff as Ken almost gets another great read. Ken's been picking up the slack from the offense here. He's picked up both goals so far. A couple of tactical whiffs there on defense to allow Ken now to try and dribble the ball down the field. Goes for a flick, but Spirit with a great read. And now an opportunity for the Eclipse, and Spirit's gonna put it in.
Gets the read off the ceiling, it looked like there. Bounced right down, right into the mouth of the goal, and he is able to find the catch upside down and knocks that one into the bottom corner. I don't know if that's play of the week worthy, but that is definitely starting to get there. And
honestly, the Eclipse have came out almost like someone's ignited a fire under them. I don't know who could have done that, but now Miss Bizzle with another great save off another Mr. I don't know dribble, and now Ken gonna try and find some offense here. The defenses have looked a little shaky on both ends of the pitch, but their offenses have looked absolutely brilliant so far. Not very a wasted shot from either party.
As we see some mass aggression from the Eclipse there, knocking the opponent all the way from the one corner to the other. I don't think I've ever seen quite such an aggressive play as that didn't result in a demo. As we see Mr. I don't know put this one all the way up to the ceiling. Ken Bennedy's going to make a touch, attempts a pinch, gets past Spirit. He's going to look to center this. He does get one touch. Mr. I don't know with a shot, but M. Bizzle there in front for the save as he clears this one all the way down, up the back wall, over the goal, down to Spirit. Not quite able to make the touch as Mr. I don't know clears that ball out. Spirit getting in the way of Ken Bennedy. Mr. I don't know looking for a center as M. Bizzle gets in the way of him. But Ken Bennedy right there to put it back in. Spirit makes a great stop. He's going to look to get another touch, though, but Ken Bennedy right there. Oh, no. An unfortunate own goal. I'm not sure if that was Spirit or M. Bizzle, but it was Spirit here. He turned on this ball and ended up putting that one in for Ken Bennedy. Unfortunate.
It is those sorts of goals that will cost you playoff runs in the long term. But it's something now that Spirit has to mentally get that fortitude to be able to bounce back and not let that affect the rest of his gameplay. As the Express look to mount another comeback, they look to take this one to overtime or maybe take it in normal time. Spirit looking for a very aggressive play again there as the Express pile forward.
And this one, it's going to go out to center. Mr. I don't know is going to knock this one off the sidewall. M. Bizzle makes a touch, and Ken Bennedy is waiting for him. He's going to put this one center. Spirit's got a shot on net here. Mr. I don't know clears this one out to safety, and he's going to get it all the way down the field. M. Bizzle makes a stop. But Ken Bennedy right there. The Express looking to tie this game up with 10 seconds left. Can they do it as this ball is floating dangerously high in front of their net? Spirit gonna put to rest any hope that they had of tying this game up, put them up 2 goals, and this seemingly is insurmountable. The Eclipse are gonna take game 3.
You say that, however, need I remind you how this game started with 2 goals in very short succession off of kickoffs. If the Express can pull off a quick kickoff goal here as they do the double commit kickoff, Ken's forced to retreat, but he's only gonna put it into his own net. And now I agree with you. Now I say the Eclipse have this one in the bag.
You had it at least part right. We did not see a quick goal from the Express. We did see one, however, from the Eclipse as they put to rest any possibility of a comeback for the Express this game.
Honestly, this
plays.
server with a bit of health issues there at the end, but the Eclipse will take it. And now 2-1 up after a shaky start to the series. They've found their footing on offense now.
Yeah, I would say the Eclipse have found their footing, and they are taking it to the Express. We saw they had 5 shots on goal just from Spirit. Now, can you imagine if M. Bizzle had been as offensively minded as he was in those first 2 games? What kind of scoreline we could have been seeing?
It would have been very impressive from the Eclipse. One thing I will note is we've had the famed goal but no shot in this game. M. Bizzle had the goal thanks to Ken Bennedy there, and he didn't get a shot for it. This is going to boost his stats online, and honestly, I think that's it shocked me a little bit. I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, own goals happen at every level, but seeing it at a Foundation game, not the most surprising thing. Given the circumstances of the game and how dire it was, I would definitely strongly advise all you players out there, do not loft the ball on your goal line on the floor with heavy traffic. It is you will not have a good time, I promise, as Spirit shows us firsthand there. We should be ready to hop into this fourth game, though, as the Eclipse look to take this series. They are on match point.
And I feel like my prediction is finally coming to pass. The Eclipse started today off just beneath the Express in the standings, but if they take this game, they go above them through hook or by crook, and they take that 8th place at minimum. So
well, let's all take say a thank you to the schedule makers who put this matchup together. As Mr. I don't know opens the scoring with 6 seconds on the clock, having elapsed. There we go. I know some words.
I know words as well.
The best words.
Oh, the best words.
We move into this next kickoff here. Spirit's going to get the advantage, and he's got an open net in front of him. One man to beat. Not able to do it as Mbizzle looks to follow this up. That ball dangerously close, but Mr. I don't know makes the save. Mbizzle looks for the boost steal, but not able to find it. Gets demoed for his trouble, though, as Spirit's going to be all alone. He gets a good clear. Gets a good challenge. This ball is going to be high above the net. Look for Mbizzle to come in here. He does not. He is being very conservative on this play here. I'm not sure if that is the right play. Is this ball... Go ahead.
When you've got your player, your other player in front of the net, it is always a great idea to not overcommit. Even if the goal looks very, very promising, it is normally the discretion is the better part of valor, is the saying. And sitting back and waiting for that shot to come in, or the clear, so you can get the defense off their line, and then take a better shot at a later date, is sometimes, not always, but sometimes the better play.
See, Dan, this is why you're higher ranked than me. I don't have that mindset whatsoever. I am always in on every single thing. Well, not entirely true, but I like to be very aggressive in my play. As we see Spirit dribble this one down, he's got no one in front of him, looks to center it, and he's going to put that one in himself. Spirit ties this game up. 3:28 left on the clock, and we've got a tie ball game.
And this was just a great example of quality ball control from Spirit. Gets the challenge from the side from Ken, and is still able to keep control of the ball, able to center it, and then bury it into the back of the net. And just like that, the Eclipse are right back in this one.
Yeah, normally you would see a player look to pass that ball, but he kept that ball close to his car and was able to just slot it right into the bottom corner as the defending player unable to make it back in time. We see Ken Bennedy collecting this ball. No one in front of him. He's going to look to keep it close. Gets a good challenge on Spirit, but Mbizzle is going to be the closer one to the ball, and he's going to clear this to the offensive corner. Ken Bennedy tries to get it past Mbizzle, but he's unable. That's nearly over, Mr. I don't know, but he gets a clear out to the wall. Back pass over to Ken Bennedy. Has to keep that one out of the net. Spirit credited for a shot, even though that was not Spirit that shot that ball. As Mr. I don't know passes this one over to Ken Bennedy. Spirit collects that ball, turns away from the ball, though. Collects the the corner boost, excuse me. But Ken Bennedy gets the ball. On the back wall, looking for a pass. Spirit is going to clear this one out. Looks for his teammate. Collects the boost. Looks for his teammate again. Has a net in front of him. One man to beat. Unable to do it as Mbizzle is forced to retreat, and Ken Bennedy looks to mount a counterattack.
It was a great piece of defensive play there. Saw that the pass was an option, so waited off the challenge. And then when he realized that he had to make a challenge, he was able to make the save. But this time, there's not going to be any need for that. Mbizzle with a great clear, and Spirit's going to make it 2-1 for the Eclipse.
And Spirit finding the open net there. Those are sometimes the scariest and hardest shots to make, and I'm really glad to see that he is putting that one in to take the lead in this game.
Spirit looking for another one.
He wants to add to his total. He had 100% shooting. Not sure what he's at this game. Not at 100% this game, but still doing just fine. Ken Bennedy is going to look to get this open net. It looks like it's off target. Mr. I don't know needs to make a touch. Ken Bennedy's up for this ball, but Mbizzle gets the clear out, and Spirit's going to have a second touch to firmly get that one out. Mr. I don't know puts it back into Mbizzle, who again clears that ball out. We're seeing a little bit of back and forth right now. Neither team neither team, rather, able to get a offensive possession that lasts more than a few moments.
And what I love to see is this almost shift in mentality as another goal goes in for the Eclipse, and they're now 3-1 up with a minute 12 remaining. It's a shift from sitting back and letting the shots mount up from the Express to now going on the offensive, stopping the Express from getting any shots. 6-2 for the Eclipse currently, and it shows in the scoreline that they're shooting 50% each, and the Eclipse lead 3-1.
Yeah, the shoe is definitely on the other foot as Mr. I Don't Know goes up for a crazy aerial shot. It's going to leave Ken Bennedy all alone, and Spirit puts another goal in as the floodgates have opened for the Eclipse, and they are putting this game away 1 goal at a time.
Spirit has to be, if not the best improved player in this game, possibly the overall MVP of this game. He has been on fire since game 2. He carried the Eclipse to that win in game 3 with his 5 goals, and now looking to do it again. He's got 3 to his name, and he's looking to make it more.
Yeah, Spirit definitely putting in a very good argument for a star of the week this week. I don't know what his goal total is, but it is definitely up there in his MVP arm. Oh, as we see a nearly incredible shot from Mr. I Don't Know, trying to get on the play of the week if he's not going to get a star. As Mr. I Don't Know clears this one above Mbizzle. He's looking to mount a dribble. Unable to find it, so backs off. Keeping possession for himself. As Mbizzle misses his challenge there and leaving Spirit all alone to make this challenge. No one able to find a touch. Mr. I Don't Know looking for one, but can't find it.
And this is all about wrapped up now. The Express, 3 seconds remaining. They're not going to get the goals that they require. Ball's going to touch the ground, and the Eclipse are going to take the series 3-1. We still have another game to play, but you've got to feel it's got to be one of the most disheartening feelings for the Express. You start off so strong. And you have everything going for you, and then it just all comes tumbling down in that game 2 overtime.
Yeah, and so we are going to play this 5th game. I think that the Express can look to that first game and see what worked, and try to get back to that as they look to make this a 3-2 series instead of the 4-1 scoreline and series scoreline that we could potentially see if the Eclipse keep on this tirade of scoring that they've had.
I hate to say that I called it, but I called it.
You did in fact call it, and I don't know what that wins you, but you were right.
It brings me the respect of Twitch chat, which is, as we all know, a valuable commodity nowadays.
Twitch chat.
It's very hard to say, isn't it? Almost as hard as Ken Bennedy.
Nearly had a Twitch stream fail there, so I will just ease right out of that one.
Yeah, take a sip of water and prepare for the next
hydration and get into the next matchup as we see game 5. The series already been decided. Let's see if the Express can save face and get this last game. It will be very important for the standings, as we've seen. They are very close at the moment, so every game is going to count and matter.
If the Eclipse win this game, they will mathematically overtake the Express in terms of games won as well as series won. And that's going to be very important as the season progresses. And we see both teams come to their final standings as we finish up the midway point of this season, and we push towards the last few weeks.
Yeah, as we get this last game going, the Eclipse doing a little bit of a change in strategy, winning a kickoff this time. As Mr. I Don't Know is going to clear this one to the sidewall. Ken Bennedy looks to make a touch out. He does. That's a good clear. That's going to be all the way down. Spirit going to have to make a touch. He finds it. That is a great clear and a great demo from Mbizzle as they look to mount this attack. That's going to get swallowed up by Ken Bennedy as Mbizzle misses his touch, just leaving an open net for Ken Bennedy. He's going to slot that one in and take the 1-0 lead.
And this is just it's a tale of this entire series. A slight miscalculation, a slight misplay, and all of a sudden the gates are open. and Ken is able to put one in. Uh, Honestly, you've got to think that the Eclipse at this point, whilst they're thinking they want to get this win, they can't be playing 100% anymore. They already have that series wrapped up on stream. They already know that they, in their hearts, have this wrapped up. And now, you've got to think they're going to just be playing a little bit more defensive-minded, letting the Express take these shots and see if they can, take a fourth game, if they can. Oh,
Oh,
I have been disconnected from the game.
well, Big Mac, you go ahead and get down back in here. I can cover the rest of this game as you try to join back as Spirit clears this ball dangerously in front of the net. Mr. I Don't Know with a massive dunk is going to put them up 2-0. Definitely a misplay by Spirit there, clearing this one high off the back wall. Just putting that ball right into the perfect spot. A little softball pitch to him. Mbizzle not quite able to make the touch there, as the Eclipse are going to lose this kickoff. Spirit with a feels backflip. Looks to get a challenge there on Ken Benedy. Unable to find it. Ken Benedy turns on this ball, but not able to turn it back into a offensive position. Spirit slow playing this ball again. We've seen that from him a couple times. As Mbizzle puts this one to the corner. Mr. I Don't Know quick to that ball and clears it out. Mr. I Don't Know again, first to that ball, as he looks to put this in front. Unable to find the touch, and Spirit's going to clear that one out.
There's a demo in the midfield there from Mbizzle to take Ken out of the play and stop the passing play from coming out. What I've noticed in this game is it feels a heck of a lot like it's game one all over again. I don't know what happened there. I just stuttered for some reason.
No worries. But yeah, you are definitely right. This definitely has the feelings that we had in game one, where the Express are just constantly putting pressure on, and the Eclipse are unable to find the proper touches they need to get the ball safely cleared out. They're definitely still being very aggressive on the demos, as this shot is going to go dangerously close to going in, but Spirit, able to get there and make that save.
You got the team name right.
I do know the team name. I've got that down.
You've been doing great, mate.
Just can't read everything with this game moving so quickly.
Yeah, it's very quick for a Foundation League game. Both teams are throwing themselves at the ball, and as I say that, Ken throws himself at the ball to make it 3-0 for the Express.
Mbizzle maybe jumping a little bit too early. Someone should give him a little bit of coaching. You do move faster on the ground, so I don't know, maybe if he was expecting a high ball, but staying on the ground and making a more sure line to that ball would definitely be the way to make that save there. As Mr. I Don't Know sends this one out to his teammate, or I'm sorry, Ken Benny sends it to his teammate. Spirit has the dribble, one man to beat, unable to get it past. Two players up for this ball. It goes backwards. Spirit makes a backwards challenge, and Mr. I Don't Know looks to get it past him. Unable to, as Spirit low on boost, not able to make a play, and it's going to get sent off of his nose. This ball is going to get centered. Mr. I Don't Know able to get the clear, as Ken Benedy looks to make another touch here. Mbizzle causing all sorts of mayhem, trying to go for a demo there, unable to find it, but definitely messes that play up for the Express.
And again, we're getting more flashbacks to game one. The constant returning offense of the Express, the lack of an offense from the Eclipse, and this one I feel is almost unassailable at this point, unless Spirit's able to pull something out of his bag of tricks.
Yeah, and it's very nice to see. I just wish they would have found this earlier in the series so that we could have this game 5 matter, at least as far as the series is concerned. But like I said, still very good to see. This will be very good for the morale. They'll know that, yes, we can in fact win this series, or we could have won this series. We are a good team, as that's a great shot. Spirit makes an incredible save off the corner wall there.
And you gotta think, despite it being like demoralizing, the fact that they can win these series. This is the third series in a row at this point, as long as the scoreline stays the same and nothing changes, that they have lost 3-2 in a row. Their last two series before this were 3-2 losses, and now adding another one to that list, especially on stream, it is disheartening beyond all belief. Express looked to take another goal to send them on their way. Mr. Adano is not able to put it in, and that wraps up this series 3-2 for the Eclipse.
Yeah, and despite it being over after the fourth game, that was still a very fun game to see. GG's in the chat for the Eclipse for taking that. They end up taking it 3-2. Make sure that you guys are cashing in your watch time points. I don't know if we are doing a giveaway this week, but look for an announcement either later today or later tomorrow on that.
I know, I have.
Oh yeah, I'll wait till the end. I wanna do a bulk order, if you will.
Ooh, that right there is fancy.
I did actually win one of the Power 8 controllers last year for the giveaway. They are excellent. I don't know if these are the ones that they're giving away. Mine has a wire. I believe the ones that we are giving away are wireless. So you can use those on your phone, on the computer, on your console, all that good kind of stuff. So definitely a controller worth having, I'd say.
And speaking of things worth having, you can stick around and you can have a little bit more watch time on your account as we prepare to go into the next game for this weekend of games. It is the Academy League up next, as it's the Aviators taking on the Wolves. I'm looking forward to being able to watch this game, because it's a very interesting matchup between two very equal and still very good teams.
Yeah, I don't believe that I've had any scrims or any games that I've personally played in against the Aviators or the Wolves. I know that the Wolves, I believe, have the better record, but don't quote me on that. I think that you might have the stats a little bit more locked down than I do.
It is my field of expertise at the end of the day.
Well, it's only fair that you would be better at it than I suppose.
I think that's going to wrap up this portion of the stream. Do stay in chat. Do stay on the stream, because upcoming next, we do have the Aviators versus the Wolves, and that'll be coming right up next.
Yep, stick around. We'll be right back.